WrestleMania 35 to stay alive. Can you believe it? WrestleMania 35. A classic WrestleMania is a historic WrestleMania. Kofi Mania. Kofi walks away with the belt. Can you believe that? Kofi is the WWE champion. There was a lot of belts taking place, changing hands. Very historic night. A historic night indeed. Now the Battle Royal Word Life. Yep, Word Life came in there. That was one of the best highlights of the night. When John Cena came back to his original character of Word Life. When he went back to Thugonomics. People don't realize, who didn't remember John back then, that's how John came into wrestling. He was the heel. He used to bust the rhymes, cap on people, freestyle battle. And he had the right guy to do it against. So to see John Cena come back with Thugonomics was great. Word Life. Yeah. John Cena, the guy who used to rap. And Seth Rollins becomes the Universal Champion. You know, I mean, giving it to Brock. I mean, but who didn't know Braun was winning? Yeah, I'm trying to think, am I in a bad area or something? I shouldn't be buffering. But I think this might be WWE doing some foolery right now. Because I'm seeing what's happening in here. Well, he used to be a heel, and that's what he said. I mean, I don't think he's going to be a heel, but that's what he used to be. Like he was saying in his rap, y'all that made John Cena turn back heel. Because he used to be a bad guy, basically, when he first came out. I kind of knew Kofi was going to win. They had everybody in the back rooting for Kofi. You know, Kofi is a guy that's been underdogged for years. Like he said, 11 years. I mean, he's been treated very poorly. And Vince McMahon was coming under attack for the way he's treated black wrestlers, you know, and it's like, look, you've treated black wrestlers bad, you know, and Rock is probably the only one who said, well, look what I did to The Rock. It's like, black wrestlers, man, you know, they look what he did to Titus and all of these other guys, and guys starting to get some momentum, he just throw them on the shelf. You know, it's like, well, we're not trying to push them. So they never got their chance to shine. I mean, the biggest shilling of that was when Kofi was the one that always got treated like dirt. After the Money in the Bank, he you know, had the great ladder match. He's not even on Monday Night Raw the next night. It's like, how is he not on Monday Night Raw? He was the most exciting thing on Money in the Bank, and then he's not on Raw then, but everybody else was. Then Roddy Piper got saved. You know, Randy Orton is beating up Piper. Kofi comes out and saves him. Kofi comes out and saves Piper. Beats him all through the building. Everybody was rooting for Randy Orton, started rooting for Kofi. Then nothing comes of that. You know, it's just like, whatever. They didn't know what they were gonna do with Kofi. Kofi was just, you know, just play your role. So he just kept sticking around. Hopefully something would turn up. But with all this social media appeal, where people was like, man, at the fast lane and Kofi got treated the way he did, I knew they were gonna give Kofi a shot at WrestleMania for the championship, and he was gonna win it. It was too much. I think it was too many matches. I'm like, man, I'm about to pass out and go to sleep. Brock, I think, is going back to UFC. So with Brock going back to UFC, having Seth Rollins win that fight was going to be epic. Did David just ask me, what do I know about the WWE? That tells you he don't watch my videos too much. You don't know about me. I just left my uncle's house who has stock in WWE. The Miz and Shane was entertaining because Shane McMahon makes the fights entertaining, and he knows how to give the crowd what they want. Shane O'Mac knows how to give you that, my goodness, to get suplexed from the top of the doggone there's no more wrestling after that. The fight had to end right there. Shane laid on him in the pin in the Miz by default. But that was just brutal. But it was hilarious seeing the dad in the ring with the hands up like, I'm ready. To me, that was interesting. The Miz needs the right dancing partner, and this was his right dancing partner. They put together some. It's just that Shane don't know any moves. Shane just do that little boxing thing, and it's just he's a great character, and he's gonna sell his body out for everything. You know, he missed years after injuring himself really bad in a wrestling match. And everybody's like, man, what happened to Shane? What happened to Shane O'Mac? Shane O'Mac was in recovery. The whole family literally have given life and limb. Brett's good. Yep, I'll every WrestleMania. Like Roman Reigns, I knew Roman Reigns was gonna do what Roman Reigns does. He's gonna Roman Reigns his way to victory. That's exactly what he did. He Roman Reigns himself to victory. To me, it's hard to pass WrestleMania 3. WrestleMania 3 is one of my favorites. They have a classic, but WrestleMania 3, the impact of WrestleMania 3 probably is still being felt to this day. WrestleMania 6 was a good one. That was the end of Hulkamania. And the Ultimate Warrior took over. Yeah, but I'll have to think about it because I got to go back and look and see what match was what. But WrestleMania 6, I remember like the back of my hand. That was Hogan and Ultimate Warrior. So there's no, I can remember that to this day. Nobody thought the Ultimate Warrior would beat Hulk Hogan. So the 8-man tag was very interesting to me. I didn't think the Usos was gonna win that fight, but that was an exciting fight. That was one of the best fights. The 8-man tag was one of the best fights tonight. Yeah, that's the truth. That was one of the best. That 8-man tag was one of the best matches out. They made it very entertaining. Yeah, the Warrior versus Savage, the Macho King. It was great because Macho Man was gonna walk away into the sunset with Elizabeth. You know, him and Elizabeth was basically married at the time, was getting married. So having them get back together, you know, was gonna have to be essential. So having Sherry turn on him, that was a big moment. But this WrestleMania had a lot of little moments, like Ron Simmons coming back just to go, damn! Oh, that made WrestleMania 35 jump. WrestleMania 35, damn, that's all he needed to say. Damn! That did it for me. Then you had the Scott Hall appearance, him and Nash. Bro, this is probably the longest match Ronda Rousey has ever been in. Like, this is like her, what, first or second WrestleMania now? This is probably the longest match she's ever been in. And it's, you know, for her to remember everything she needed to do, I mean, it wasn't a bad match. It just didn't captivate what a main event should be, you know. Exactly. The way I looked at it was a little different than a lot of other people. You know, I looked at the situation with different eyes. You know, a lot of things that happened was just, you know, it happens. You look at the fight with Kofi and Daniel Bryan. How many moves they had botched in that match? It's a lot. A lot of botched moves. But they made the moves that they did land epic. The moves they did hit were epic. Then Ric Flair comes out and helps. I knew he wasn't beating the game. Yes, it needed to be 2 hours, at least 2 or 3. I'm just like, today, Coast, it's almost 2 in the morning. Now imagine you taking your kids to WrestleMania. They gotta be out of school tomorrow. Yeah, this definitely was the longest WrestleMania ever. Wow. That's how much loyalty I got. You guys just jump right off. Ote. So, yeah, Kurt Angle, last match. It's an emotional moment for Kurt. It definitely wasn't one of the greatest matches, but to have Kurt Angle come out and do Kurt one last time, you know, that's a good moment. That's what wrestling's about. Well, Brock looked like he's 1 foot out of the door. Brock looked like he got to get ready for his, his UFC fight, which he's gonna lose. Oh yeah, well I love the Hall of Fame inductions and bringing out DX. You know, DX was the biggest thing, and then them honoring Harlem Heat with Bubba Ray. Stevie Ray. I always say Bubba Ray. But Stevie Ray deserved that honor. You know, Booker got a lot of the fame, and rightfully so, as Booker is a two-time Hall of Fame. But Harlem Heat, they needed to put respect on their name. Well, when you got Brock in, that was no surprise to me, because the way I look at it, Brock and went first. It's not a real shock to me. That might have been a shock to the rest of you guys, but it wasn't a real shock to me. Listen. Brock, like I said, Brock is looking like he's trying to get ready for UFC. He's going back to UFC for a fight. That's what it looked like to me. Like he got one foot out the door. The fight that didn't need to be there was Rey Mysterio versus Samoa Joe. My uncle went to the bathroom to take a pee. He came out, the fight was over. Samoa Joe wrapped him up. That was so unnecessary to put that fight on. They were like, well, they did that. You know, Ray hurt himself on Monday night. He hurt his ankle, but he decided that he was cleared to go ahead and fight in WrestleMania. Like, you know, culturally, we got to have Rey Mysterio. That's been Rey Mysterio's whole career. He can't stay healthy. That was Rey's first WrestleMania in 8 years. He comes into the ring. He gave everybody the 619. Fans got to see it. But what does... Okay, I guess him being in the ring for, let me see, about 3 minutes combined was going to do what for Hispanic wrestling? He jumped off that top rope. Samoa Joe put him right out. Defended the title. Still the U.S. champion. I mean, it was belts changing hands. Belts were changing hands tonight. Ronda Rousey looking hot. I never looked at Ronda Rousey as a hot chick at all. But, you know, to each his own. Some people might look at her and think she's, you know, I don't know. I don't know what y'all looking at. But I guess that's, somebody might think there's something there. Well, Vince's back was against the wall. You know, Vince have a bad back history with black fighters. You know, they look at The Rock. He's like, well, I got The Rock. So I don't never have to treat black wrestlers good because I did The Rock well. The Rock did himself well. When Rock was in the Nation of Domination, you know, Ron Simmons coming up with Ron Simmons and the rest of those guys. They took The Rock in and made The Rock what he was. You know, that's why it was so good to see Ron out there just for that 10 seconds. You know, they just made him a joke. Damn! You know, but that's funny because Ron Simmons did what he wanted to do. It was certain wrestlers you weren't going to play with. Ron Simmons was somebody they couldn't play with. Ron Simmons was naturally strong. Like, beyond belief. He picked one 200-pound wrestler up like a sack of potatoes and threw him from one side of the ring to the other. And that wrestler was like 265. He threw him like he was nothing. Ron Simmons was ungodly strong. Probably still strong. But that's what Vince do. He used to just split up the teams. You know, you'll have a tag team that was actually doing well. Vince would just split them up for no reason. You know, Titus started doing well. He did the same thing with a lot of the other wrestlers who were black. He didn't have no direction on what to do with them or how to incorporate them in storylines, and he started losing out. Now he's seeing how important and valuable these things are when you're seeing stuff like Black Panther, all these cultural movements, and everybody's like, man, you know, we got to incorporate some of these black fighters out here. Well, Ahmad Johnson was a poor wrestler. He had the look, he had the build, he was a poor wrestler, and he was a terrible monologue. Even though we kind of knew Kofi was gonna get it, and still you didn't know. And the match was pretty good because what they pulled off, they were able to pull off. The moves they missed would have been great had they hit. The natural Butch Reed. Absolutely. I was just watching the natural Butch Reed. When they had Slick out there. And I forgot who was his tag team partner. It was the natural Butch Reed, and I don't know if it was the one man gang. Haku. I was just joking. Yeah, they were doomed. My brain is full of wrestling stories, dude. We was raised on this. Hey, Louis. He's like, it ain't. Well, Seth Rollins now have held every title in the in the WWE now. Now that he got the Universal belt. My buddy who was there told me people were leaving before the end of the Ronda Rousey fight. They were leaving during the main event. They were going home. It was just too late. And to be on the East Coast, out there it's 1 o'clock in the morning. On a Sunday night where people got to go to work in the morning and some people got to get the kids up in the morning. They left. They didn't care who won the last fight. Oh, you sent some messages where in the stream lab? Oh yeah, the Cash App. You can always make a donation to the page. Just look up Carcino for Life or look up Carcino on Cash App. Or you can click the link in the description box. David Batista, I mean, it was funny. He tripped coming into the ring. That was the funniest thing. And that's the sign of rust. Tripped coming into the ring. I mean, his timing was off with the machine gun, with the fireworks. He's supposed to do his and the fireworks supposed to go there. He was all behind on that. I'm like, oh man, none of that mattered. Then my man Batista tripping coming in the ring. I'm like, yeah, he real rusty. Yeah, I almost forgot about that fight with Sasha Banks and all of them. I almost forgot about that one. That was a good fight. I like Bailey. She's just a little too small to me. You know, those girls with Nia Jax and all them, it's just like, it's not even fair. But Nia Jax is like another character they don't know what to do with. She's too big, really, to sell the moves. It almost is like she gonna injure everybody she wrestle. Those were the diva wrestlers. Tori Wilson and Stacy Keibler. You know, Tori, she was out there looking like she didn't have too much fun. You know, it's all catching up to her now. Ah, just a little mole coming in. I'm gonna get it removed. It's an ingrowing hair that turned it into a mole. Gotta get it out of there. Tessa Blanchard. Oh yeah, give props to her too. Yep, I do. We gotta give props to Tessa. I mean, that was good wrestling. I would love to see. No, that wasn't a good match. It wasn't even good the first time it happened. Brock versus Goldberg. That was just a bunch of spears and nothing. Yeah, a lot of heart. I mean, she's up and coming. I'm surprised no John Cena. Cena was there. What is you talking about? Cena stole the show, baby. Word life. You can't see me. Five knuckle shuffle. Boom. Cena turn heel. Come out with the Yankee jersey on. Thugonomics, baby. I was joking. As soon as Kofi won, I'm like, ain't that something? Like, Vince gonna have him lose on Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. He gonna be the shortest reign champion. If he lose on Raw tomorrow night, man, I'm gonna crack up laughing because my uncle gonna be pissed off. My uncle gonna be pissed. Yeah, Trish was she was something. Trish was the dish. Then she started sleeping with Lita, and that screwed up her career. I think there's too many belts in the WWE. It's just too many. You don't know who the real tag team champions are. You don't know what's going on. It's like, how he the tag team champ? I thought we just saw the tag team champ. The casual fan can't can keep up with all of it. Well, when she was messing around with Lita, it wasn't as popular as it is now. It was underground, and her messing with Lita was not a good thing for the company. So they decided to kind of phase her out, and they put her in more aggressive matches. And Lita was having problems with them and being standoffish about how they was using Trish, and it was becoming a problem with her and Vince. And Lita ended up leaving, and then Trish ended up leaving because she got injured, and then she had to just leave because she was injured. So you had to rehabilitate her body, and then she decided to just retire because she didn't like the way things were going. It was a big mess, but I thought everybody knew what was going on. Yeah, Edge and Matt Hardy used to fight over Lita, but Lita was into chicks her entire life. Um, Trish messed around with a lot of chicks, That's the thing. That's what she did. She was into chicks. She was doing that back in Canada. A lot of guys tried to get a push up on her, and she was really like, "No, I'm into chicks." Trish was led to the Bobo boat. Stratisfaction. But Lita was that chick that you knew that was in the rock band and hung out at the bars. She was that everyday chick. Oh yeah, Trish grew out of it, and now she's married and wants to do the regular family thing. There's a lot of lesbians that's married to men. Kidding me? Did I like Triple H and Batista? Not really. The storyline was more entertaining than the actual fight itself, but it gave us some vintage moments of the game. I like to see the game come back and do what they do. It's the game, it's the game, the game, the game, the game. Oh my, the game! Well, it's not a rush storyline. It's a storyline that you just got to get up and get out of there. David Batista ain't finna stick around. Yeah, and that's funny because when we saw the Page movie, everybody was like, "Oh, they're gonna have her getting, you know, nailed on the sex tape. Get a sex tape, you get a movie about you." Never knew Trish was a lesbian. That's cool. That's cool. Like she was never cool to me until now. Chicks was doing a whole bunch of stuff back then. Right, Bobby Lashley. They don't know what to do with Bobby Lashley. They don't. They once again they don't know what to do with Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley was there what 10, 15 years ago. They didn't know what to do with Bobby Lashley. It's like every time the man leave, he come back and you still don't know what to do with him. He was like, Paige got a tape out. Where have I been? I don't know where have you been. That was a weird sex tape. Alexa Bliss slept her way to the top, and I'm mad I wasn't there. Well, that's what they saying. I don't know if she did or not. I haven't really heard too much about Alexa Bliss doing too much like that. Yeah, I just don't know. Becky Lynch was just a better wrestler than the other two, but she missed those moves. She missed like two of the moves that she was trying to pull off. She botched a couple of moves. But sometimes it's like working when you got a novice like Ronda Rousey. Ronda's been practicing and working hard with these girls all year, and she's had a phenomenal year. I would not say the women's fight was the best fight. It was a decent fight, just wasn't the best. I was just tired. I was about to doze off watching it. Yeah, I like WrestleMania overall. WrestleMania is it. That's like the event of all events. You're gonna wear your best outfit. You're gonna come out with your best everything. It's WrestleMania. Nia Jax put who on blast? It's like Carcino interview Ronda Rousey knows again. Gosh, I forgot about that. Anything with Bret Hart was going to be a classic match. That's Kofi's favorite wrestler, in case you guys didn't know. Bret Hart is like his favorite wrestler. Oh, Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels, always going to be a good fight. I mean, any wrestling match with Bret Hart, you were going to get the best. He got kicked in the head against Goldberg, and he ended up having a stroke. Oh, Nia Jax put Alexa Bliss on blast. I met Alexa. She was all right. This is before she was even in the ring. She was right behind Charlotte at that time. She wasn't even in the ring yet. And I took a picture of her butt and posted it on Facebook. She was pissed about that too. I might still have that picture. I don't know what I did with it. It should be on my Facebook. I think I put it up with the caption. Like, y'all don't want to see this. We was right behind her. Then she turned around. During the commercial break, it was doing Raw. And during the commercial break, she comes up to me. I thought we were getting kicked out. But I'm like, it wasn't really me she was mad at. Once she came back and was like, walked up and talked to us, it wasn't me she was mad at. It was like the rest of the guys because they were nuts. Oh, Samsung didn't even realize the video's been out. That video's been out. Part one and two. He was like, wait a minute, what happened to that LeBron video? He's still waiting on it. I'm like, man, we been did that. Yeah, that was a bad way to end WrestleMania, but at that time, people just wanted to go home. Trish Stratus in 2005, definitely. Oh, Brett's digging in the chocolate now for the second time around, huh? Way to go, Brett. Well, anyway, don't forget to subscribe to the page. Everybody click the like button. If you want to send me a message, do it during the click where it says donate in the donate box. You can leave me a message in there, your phone number. So next time we go live, we talk wrestling, do it live. You want to get in the live chat, you can. We can call you up and get you on there. Yeah, what's up with Cody, man? Cody Rhodes. You know, that'd be cool. Yes, Becky Lynch is the new champion. So we'll see what happens. On Raw. We should do one on Raw